Damn, son, what a gorgeous day in northern Michigan. I think we should fire up the forge on a day like this. What's up, everybody? Jason with HOJ Forge. Gorgeous day here in northern Michigan. Thought I'd fire up the forge and have a little fun. I guess we could call this the start of my Damascus pattern series. I'm going to do a whole bunch of videos on how to get different patterns, but this one is going to be something I've never tried before. This is just a little experiment that I'm going to do with some twisting, some different ways of twisting to see what we can get as far as a pattern goes. I've got just, I mean, this is the last of my knife steel, which isn't very much. It's not going to make a very big knife, but that's what I got left. Still waiting to sell that car so I can get my steel order in. Or maybe I'll just sell this knife and then I can get my steel order in. But either way, this is what I got left, so this is what I'm working with. 1080 and 15N20, and I'll put together a small billet, and here we go. Alright, so I've got a 9-layer billet heating up in the forge, and I'm trying to contemplate what I want to do. What I'm going to do first is square it up, and I'm either going to fold it to make it 18 layers, or I'm just going to leave it at 9 just to do a proof of concept. I haven't decided that yet, but what ultimately I want to do is once I get to the layer count I want to twist it. And normally when you twist the billet, you know, you put it in, you twist it, and you're going to get these lines when you start grinding, and you're going to get a pretty, you know, it's pretty consistent, it's pretty accurate. You know, when you predict how it's going to turn out, you can usually guess, and then the more you grind in the middle, the more it does these little triangle type looking things. Well, my thought is to twist it one direction, say clockwise, square it up, and then twist it counterclockwise. Now, you normally think, well, wouldn't that just give you a whole bunch of straight layers then? No, because the metal doesn't respond exactly that way. And what I'm predicting is if you twist it and then untwist it, you're going to get this wavy pattern. And I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys that do Damascus all the time will say, no, that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get this, that, or the other thing. I've never done it this way. I've never tried twisting and then untwisting. But I think we're going to get a really wavy pattern like that, and I'm going to try it, and we'll see what comes of it. Alright, so just fluxing it. You know, I've done a bunch of videos, different ways I put together the billets and whatnot, so I'm just going to fly through this. I'm going to speed it up until I get to the point where I'm actually ready to start creating a pattern. I think this is as far as I'm going to take it on this one. I'm sort of running through the dilemma of how far do I stretch it out now before I twist it the first time, because I've got to twist it, square it up, untwist it, if you will, square it up again, and then make the knife out of it. So I've got to leave enough steel in the first twist to be able to draw it out into a knife after the last twist without having to fold it again, because that'll change up the pattern of what I'm trying to do. So right now I'm just taking the edges off the corners. This will help avoid cold shuts when I square it up after the first twist. So I'm going to go ahead and heat it. We'll twist it the first time, square it up, and just keep going here. Alright, here we go. We're going to go clockwise on this first one, I think. Yeah. Here, clockwise. Brushed it off good, lots of flux, heat it up. Alright, let's untwist it and see what happens. It was clockwise the last time. This time we'll go counterclockwise. Okay, I think I'm ready to start drawing it out into a knife. I'm going to go from the side here because there's all the layers showing on the front and the back, and I want to use as much steel as I can, and blah 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 blah. Anyways, that's how I'm doing it. You know, normally I don't do this, but right here on the end where the handle was, you know, the welds never, my welds never take. They always, you know, I always have to sacrifice about the last ½ inch of a billet because I can never get that weld to take. This time I wanted to keep that ½ inch, so I just went over to the MIG welder and welded up the seam where it didn't take real quick, just so I can keep that part of the handle longer, because I'm already running short on steel for the size blade I like to make, just because I didn't start with a real big billet. But so normally I wouldn't do that. I'd cut it off and sacrifice it and say there you go, but this time I cheated a little bit. Alright, well there she is. Who knows what the pattern's going to be. This is where it gets fun. We'll grind it and polish it and etch it and see what we got. I have a feeling that I'm going to be completely wrong and I'm not going to get squiggly lines. I don't know what I'm going to get, but just from how it's been looking while I've been forging it, I don't think I've got the squiggly lines. I'm going to get something else. But this is where the fun is for me, is trying something new that I haven't tried before. And we'll see what the pattern is, and if I like it, we'll make more like it and sell them, and if I don't like it, then hey, this video doesn't even exist. You'll never see it, maybe. So the nice thing about forging something with a low layer count like that is it goes pretty dang quick. So already done. I only have, you know, a handful of hours into this forging the Damascus now, so I'm not like overwhelmed in time. But I also threw another weld on the back, just because there were some little cracks right around the edge, and I'm really trying to save as much steel as I can, because that handle is just about, you know, there's not a whole lot of room to play, so I'm really just trying to save as much steel as I can. And then the blade is probably about 5.5 inches, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and grind it real quick. I didn't forge in the bevels on this one because I wasn't sure with that twist or the untwist what was going to be the best, so I'm just going to try grinding everything in. But I can't wait to see what happens. I'm really curious what the pattern is going to be on this, so let's get to the grinding. Safety, safety. So I've never tried heat treating this way, but rather than starting up the whole coal forge, I figured I'd try my weed burner. I saw someone else online try it, and as long as I can get it up to critical, I don't care how I do it, and this way it'll just save me the hassle of starting up the whole forge. But we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, we'll start up the forge and heat treat it that way. Here's the test. Oh yeah, baby. Love it. So while that's tempering, I thought I'd get some handle material together. Now, I've still got some walnut left, and I love using the walnut. It's really cool wood. I've got some cherry. I've got some maple. I've got some other things, but I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling any of that on this knife. Let me show you some stairs I did using reclaimed pallet wood. So these are the stairs in my house. This was like a little test thing. We're going to be doing the whole living room with this same pallet wood. And then I've got this pile in here. It's already torn apart and the nails are already removed. So in general, is pallet wood good for a knife handle? Probably not. You know, a lot of it's pretty flimsy stuff, but once in a while you find a good piece. Like this is oak, and I mean, if you wanted oak handles, you could use that. A lot of pallets are made out of oak, but once in a while you find some really cool other stuff, some maple or just other kinds of wood. Not sure what this is. This might be some kind of maple, but there's a really cool green pattern in there that might just be worth investigating. So I'm going to take that piece. I'm pretty sure this is, I don't know what that is either, but who the heck knows? I mean, that's kind of the neat thing about pallets, is you never quite know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. Oh, there we go. I can already tell. That's got some really cool tiger stripe maple in it. Now, why would you waste perfectly good wood like that on a pallet? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm guessing I can get some pretty decent maple out of that. So I'm going to take this one too. So I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but that is a really cool grain pattern right there. It's going all the way through. I don't think that's going to be long enough. I think my handle's going to be longer than that. But I'm gonna wait and see. I might be able to sneak that piece. That's the only place I'm finding it on here, except for right here. But this is all chewed out here, and this just isn't going to be wide enough to use that. So other than that, you know, it's got some cool grain in it, but nothing that makes me go, wow, that'd make a really cool knife handle. So let me move on to the other. So right now I'm leaning towards this piece. I'll cut this up to a usable size. Might plane it down just a hair thinner, but I'm thinking this is the piece right here. Alright, so here we go. The knife scales out of pallet wood. That's going to look pretty dang cool too. So let's go grab it out of the oven there. Should be done tempering, and we'll finish cleaning it up on the belt grinder. We'll etch it, throw these on there, and see what we got. Alright, the etching is done. Isn't it interesting? No, it actually is rather interesting how it came out. But you'll see it at the end here. Right now, we're going to put some scales on out of this really cool wood from the pallet. As the final step, I'm going to put some boiled linseed oil on the handle here, and then we'll call it done, and you guys will get to see the pattern. Well, there we go. One knife completed. Let me give you some close-ups of the pattern, and we'll dissect here. So you can see some of it. I did get some squiggly lines, like I was predicting, but I've also got some circles there, which indicates that I must have screwed up on the untwisting or the twisting. I must not have gotten them right. I must have gone one too many, because that indicates one full twist, the circle there. So either that or the steel behaved completely different than what I thought, but still a pretty cool pattern and good enough where I think I'm going to explore it a little further with some higher layer counts and see what we get. Now I do like the lower layer counts. You can see it's a very bold pattern, very striking pattern. So that's pretty cool. And there's definitely a lot of movement in it, which is pretty cool. So let's look at the handle. This was, for everybody that complains about handle scales and finding wood and cool wood and stuff like that. These are old pallets. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. And I don't know what kind it is. I'm guessing it's a maple, some kind of burly maple or something. But look at how cool that handle is. For, tearing apart a free pallet I found on the side of the road, not too snabby, right? So there we go. One knife. The first in the pattern series. I'll do some more as I get more steel in, or you know what, maybe the next one, maybe we'll do some found steel. I haven't done a video with just like some junkyard steel in a while. We'll grab some leaf springs and some bandsaw blade, and we'll do something cool like that and see what we can come up with for you guys. So hopefully you like it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe if you aren't already. Oh, and I'm going to throw a link back to my Patreon account at the bottom of this video. For whatever reason, YouTube has, I don't know, they changed their advertising policies or something. I don't know, but my revenue from doing this has plummeted. I'm down about 75%, which I wasn't making a whole ton of money doing this, but it was enough to justify doing it, enough to say, hey, it's worth making the videos, because a lot of time and effort goes into making these things, and without a little bit of cash rolling in, it's kind of hard for me to justify taking so much longer to do each project by taping it and then editing and everything. So if you feel led, please go check out the Patreon account. I don't really have it set up much for anything. I'm going to throw some little bonus and some perks up there. Give $5 a month. I'll throw you a keychain or something. Something cool. Whoa! Listen to that thunderstorm going. Whoo, doggy! That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for this video. Video number 2 in the series. I don't know when it's going to be. I might get other videos before then and here, but I appreciate you coming along for the ride, and thanks for hanging out until the end. See you next time.